Okay, this is a new thing. So for now, just erase everything. Let's just focus on this. So let me just copy down this data. For whatever product the user enters over here, I need to find out what is the product type, the product line, the profit, and the sales. Okay. So before we proceed any further, I'll once again convert this data to a range. How do we convert data to a range? This is a table. So I have the table ribbon. When I click on the table ribbon, here there is an option called as convert to range. So once I do this, see, you can click anywhere in the table, go to the table ribbon, and then click on convert to range. Once this is done, you will notice how this becomes a normal range now. How do we know that this is a normal range and it is not a table anymore? Because there is no table ribbon on the top when I click in the data. Okay, this is a normal range. I will also do one thing by going to the formulas. I am going to clear all the named ranges that I created, because again, I would like to show it from the scratch. Okay, all my name ranges are gone. And here I'll enter the name of the product. Let's say I would like to look at this data for green tea. Okay, I need to look at this information for green tea. So how to bring the product type? Using the index function. This is the syntax. It is different from that of, the syntax is different from that of X Lookup. Okay, this is slightly different. Index. This will be there in no matter which version of Excel you're using, you will find it. Followed by index, you will see array. Okay, now this array, remember, is where we have to look up for the output value. Meaning, if I enter green tea here, I am supposed to pull back the product type, right? So this array is where do you want to look for the pullback value? Okay, where you have to look up for the value that you're trying to pull back as the result. Think of this like the return array. We will not specify where to search for the product. We will only specify where to search for the final output, the pullback array or the return array. So I need to search over here for product type because this is the column for product type, comma. I need to pick up product type from this column, but from which row in the column? You can see the syntax is asking us for row number. Green tea. So I'll have to count down. Where is green tea here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is in the 10th place. So from the 10th place, give me, meaning from the 10th row, bring me the data of present in this column. From the 10th row, bring me the data present in the product type column is what I'm saying. Now it will return the product type for green tea, which is tea. Okay, so if I change this, it has to change accordingly. Now let's make this a list so that it will be easier for us to select a value. I'll go up here in the data pane, in the data ribbon. Up here in this particular group, we have the icon for creating validation lists. Okay, this one, tick mark and stop symbol kind of a thing. I'll go to data validation. I'm trying to create a list with what data? With the data that is present over here. Okay, these values should appear in the list. By default, it will give all unique values. I think yesterday towards the end, I missed a question. Even if you created the list on data that is having multiple values, which are repeated also, by default, only unique values will appear in the list. Duplicates will not come. Okay, whoever asked that question yesterday, duplicates will not come. It is going to be a list of unique values. Okay. So as you can see, I now have the list. So depending on what I change this has to change. But why did this not change here? I made it mocha, but it's still showing me T. The reason is I'm hard coding the number 10 here, right? I've hard coded number 10. It's always referencing the 10th row. Now this hard coding has to be removed. How can we remove it? We learned it yesterday. When we are referencing a row number or a column number, how to remove the hard coding from it? We can remove the hard coding by using the match function. Because match is something that will bring us the row number and the column number depending on what we set up. Okay. So I'm going to replace number 10 with match. Match is going to get me the row number. Okay, but what row number for what? Row number for this product. Where is it supposed to look for that product? Over here. Okay, and we'll go with an exact match. So I'm not typing anything. If you don't give anything under match type, by default, it's an exact match. Now I'll hit enter. Yeah, one more arrow bracket was missing. So you see, depending on the product that I select here, the product type is getting updated. I hope you all understood. So we are referencing the table and fetching a value of our interest by using the index function. So I'll do it one more time. Please see, equal to index. Then open the bracket. Excel will start showing us the syntax, highlighting the next input that is to come, highlighting the arguments that we are supposed to provide here. Array. What is this array? Remember, this is the array where you have to look up for the final value, the pullback data array, where the pullback data is there. So I need to pull back the product line. So I will go and select product line, comma, for which row? For which row? So to figure out in which row the given product is, we use the match function. Open the bracket. So where am I writing the match function? In the place of row number. That is what you need to notice. In the place of row number, we're bringing the row number through match. Open. Lookup value is whatever we have here. Lookup array, it has to look up for that particular product in this row. Count down the row number. And for that row, it has to fetch the product line from that row. Okay. So I'll close it and close it again. That is beans. So Colombian, quick visual check here. It is beans. Suppose I change that to mint. Okay. A quick visual check. It is leaves. All right. Now we will do this by using named ranges. It's always a good practice to create named ranges. It makes really life easy while writing such complicated formulas. Name of that range is in the top row. So this will be product type. Another named range, product line, another named range, profit, another named range, sales, and the final named range I'll create from here, product. Okay. Now using the named ranges, let us try to pull back the data equal to index. What is the array? What are we trying to get? Profit this time. So I will just hit the function key, F3. I need to pull back profit. Okay. From where? For which row? Profit is there. The entire column contains profit, but specifically which value? That is where match comes into play. Look up this value. In which column is it supposed to look up for the product? In the product column. So F3 again and product. Okay. So I'll close this. I'm going for an exact match anyway. So I'll just close this. Enter. So it has pulled back the profit of mint. Finally, I'm going to convert this into a table and show it one more time. So how do we convert our data into a table? We click there on any cell and then do a command Control A and a Control T. Direct Control T is also fine. Remember to keep this selected. My table has headers. Okay. How do we know that this is a table? Because there is the table ribbon. And remember to give a name to the table so that you can reference it very easily. Because in one Excel, there could be multiple tables. I'm just calling it copy chain data 1. Okay. Enter. Now, how do we build the formula? Syntax remains the same. The way we are referencing it is changing depending on how we design or how we either use named ranges or how we use a table. What is the advantage of using a table? It helps with expanding data. If new products are added into the table, the top table will automatically expand, and the search also expands and looks for the new values as well. So equal to index. the array. I need to now bring data from sales. So one thing is, because I have given the name, I'll start typing in the name, copy chain data, and then I'll open the square bracket. I need sales value, so I can just choose sales from there, comma, row number. For that, match will come into picture. We need to match this value, lookup array, product. Now see, without typing in the table name, I will simply select the range. Even if I select the range, because my data is already in a table, even though I have just selected the range, okay, you can see how it has given the table name, followed by that the column name. Okay, it's not just using the references like E2 to E14 now. It's giving us everything that we want. I'll close the bracket and hit enter. So we pull back the required data through index. Depending on whatever is chosen here, everything is getting updated. You can do a cross check. This is latte. Okay, let's go select something else, Darjeeling, and you can see how we have the data for that particular product over here. Okay, so that is how index and match work together, and they can help you to look for certain values in your data. Okay, so any doubts or questions? Let me just connect to YouTube. I was unable to connect. I'll just check if there are any questions now. Practice data set link has been provided na? Multiple times in every chat, we are providing it. Whoever has asked this, just go to the beginning of the chat. You will find the Google Doc from where you can take the practice data set. Okay, so I don't see any questions as such. So I think we can proceed further. Let's go ahead. So this was a normal lookup where we are looking up for a particular value in there. Now we'll do a two-way lookup. Remember, two-way lookup also yesterday we had done. Okay, let me clear this out first. Okay, you all know how to put a validation list, so I don't have to repeat that, right? You have seen it just now. So basically, I have created a list for these products over here. Okay, this is the list of products. And over here, I have created a list for the quarters so that user can select whatever product and whatever quarter they might want. And what we have to do here is we need to fetch the data for the given product and the given quarter. So it is a two-way lookup. Why am I saying it is a two-way lookup? Because we need to look not for only one cell. We need to, in a particular column or in a particular row, we need to look for the intersection of the column and the row. This is the value I'm interested in. Latte Q2. So I need to go to that row, then go to that column and pick up that number which comes in the intersection of these two, which is here, $2972. Hence, I'm saying that this is called two-way lookup. Yesterday, I think, again, I remember we had done a demonstration of two-way lookup using the X Lookup function, right? Now we will do it using index and match. But again, just to give you all a quick recap, how do we do a two-way lookup with X Lookup? Let's see. Here I need to pull back the data. Okay, over here I would like to see the data equal to X lookup. Try to recollect what we did. This is my lookup value. I need to look it up over here. Okay, comma. And in the return array, what will I do? I will use another X lookup function. Okay, another X lookup function, because after I go to the particular column, now I have to again traverse horizontally to reach the quarter that I'm interested in. So this is the lookup quarter, and I need to look up for the quarter over here, isn't it? Over here, and return. What is it that we are going to return? The data. Data present not in a specific column or data present not in a specific row. The data present in this entire table, in this whole data frame. So this whole thing is my return array. Okay, till now we were seeing one column as the return array. Now this whole area with data is my return array. And let me close that. So you can see it has picked up 2972 for latte in Q2. Suppose we change this to something else. and this to something else. Accordingly, it will change. The numbers are getting updated, right? This is the intersection of decaf Irish cream with Q4. This is the cell 3201, which you can see over here. Okay, with X lookup, we are familiar with it. Now let us do the same with index. Okay, I'll do it with index. So I need to get the data for this combination, but I'm going to use the index function equal to index. Then the array. Array is what? This whole data. I need Excel to search for a value in this data, comma, and bring me data for decaf Irish cream. So I need to give the row number of that product. That is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Row number 8, comma. Now we need to give the column number, which is optional, but in a two-way search, you have to give it. So column. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Fourth column. Q4 is fourth column. And now it's supposed to pull back that value. You can see it pulled back the value, isn't it? But here what happened? A lot of hard coding is involved. I hard coded the row number and I hard coded the column number. Both of them have been hard coded. I had to count, literally count down to see where that particular product is, count across to see where the particular quarter is. Now let's get rid of the hard coding part. How to get rid of the hard coding part? We can do it using our match. So let's use match here for the row number. This is okay. So I need to look up for decaf Irish cream, where over here. All right. Sorry, syringe. This is the row number, comma. Now what about the column number? That also I will look it up. I'll use match. And I need to match up which one? Q4. The data that is given in I2 has to be matched up. Where should I look up for that? Over here. So we are avoiding the hard coding by doing this. So once the row number and column number both have been given, we will close it and enter. So you see, without the hard coding, we have I've managed to do this. No hard coding now. Okay. So this is how we make use of index and do a two-way lookup if necessary. Let's do one more example. We will just give the table name. Okay. So for that, we need to convert this into a table. So let's go ahead, click here. I'll click into in the table, go to my, just Command A and Command T, that is Control A and Control T, or directly Control T, your wish. Okay, this is going to be a table. How do I know? My table ribbon has come. Let me give it a name. Two-way lookup data, I'm calling it. Okay, this is my two-way lookup data. Some problem there. Okay, I'll just call it lookup data. Okay, so that's the name of my table. Now in here, equal to index. So we are pulling back the data, right? We are pulling back the data that is present in the table. Lookup. I think the syntax is covering up the name of the table. This one, okay? The syntax is covering up the name, it's here. And then from which row and from which column? I need data from that table, okay, but from which row and which column? So match. This is my lookup value, and I need to look it up in the first column of the lookup table data. From this table, from the first column, which is product, okay, comma. Again, match for the row number, right, which is given here in I2, comma. Now I'll directly select it, okay. Even if we select it, it will give you the name. You see, we are looking up the headers from Q1 to Q2 in the lookup data. Understood? I had manually selected the headers, but because this is in a table, it's referencing the headers of that table, and the headers are Q1 to Q4. Now I will close this. That's it, no? One close or two twice, because Colors are not matching. That was the column lookup value, row number, column number. Yeah, some problem with the reference here. The colors have not matched. No? Here I didn't close it. Here I made a mistake. Yeah, this had to be closed. Then this is closed. This should be fine now. Okay. So one bracket was missing. So this bracket for match, I had opened it, but I didn't close it over here. So it was giving me reference error. Now that I closed the bracket, it is working. So is it clear? This is what it has referenced. Okay, decaf Irish cream. Let's change and see. For this product, it's bringing data from quarter. Okay, it's bringing data from one prior to that, quarter prior to that. Okay, it's because it's referencing the entire data in the table, isn't it? So what we will do is, we'll simply do a +1. Okay, it's going from here on. Now it references correctly. Okay, so we're making it reference the correct quarter. So let's go to quarter 4 and you can see the data get updated. All the 3 are giving us the same data. Okay, because this was in a table array, so it's even considering this part, right? So it's looking here. All right, so when it returned column number 4, it is going here to quarter 3. But we don't want it to go to quarter 3. We want it to come to quarter 4 when we give 4, right? So the workaround I used is I just incremented the match with 1. So it goes to the correct quarter. All right, if I say quarter 1, it brings me data from quarter 1. You see all of them are working the same. And if I make it quarter 2, it fetches data from quarter 2. For whatever is the product that is selected over here, we are getting all the data. This is how we do a two-way lookup.